Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the 16th through the 22nd of October 2022. I do hope that you guys had a great week. I want to go ahead and remind you that this is a general reading and it may not resonate with everyone. Also, I am giving away a free tarot reading at the end of this month. If you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that like button and leave me a comment. You do need to do all three to qualify, and the more times you enter, the more likely you are to win. Also, stick around. At the end of this reading, I was gifted a Halloween Oracle deck, and I will be doing a Oracle pull for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. Spirit, can you give me the energy of Gemini? Gemini. Thank you. Okay, Gemini, you are starting out with the World. You have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so Gemini, there's a cycle here that you're closing out. Something's ending so that you can start something new. Now, I do see that there is a little bit of a loss here. So for some of you, this is financially related, because I'm seeing that you're closing out something where you lost some money. Now, this may be just a side note for some of you, but I'm seeing a loss of money, and now you're closing that out. You're like, it's basically like you're saying, okay, well, that was a loss. I'm done with it. I'm ending it, and now you're investing, and it might be a smaller amount of money, but you're starting something different. You're starting something new. So I can see that. Yeah, that, and it's a little bit, it feels like it's a little smaller, but it's only because it's new. So others of you, though, I am seeing that there's a relationship that has ended. You've closed out that relationship. It could even be a cycle within a relationship for some of you. A cycle where there was an ending, and now there's a reinvestment. So for some of you, it's a reinvestment into a connection. The two of you may have started back up. Others, you may have met someone new, or you're investing in yourself, but you're definitely closing out cycles here. Some of you have several of these cycles. Yeah. Let's see who's in your energy. Spirit, show me who is in the energy of Gemini. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so we have the Two of Wands. We have the High Priestess in reverse. And coming out together is the Four of Wands along with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so somebody here is, with the Two of Wands, they've chosen a new direction. They've chosen to move in a particular direction. There was a choice that was made here. Now, this person, I feel like with the High Priestess in reverse, this person is having a little bit of difficulty listening to their intuition, or at least they did in the past. And they may still have a little difficulty with that. So for some, they may not have gone in this direction yet, and they may be doubting themselves, or for others, they've already been moving in this direction, and that direction is towards you, Gemini. But they're doubting themselves a little bit. For others, they could have somebody that is telling them that, you know, they may be telling them that perhaps this wasn't the best idea. So somebody might be casting some doubt on the direction this person has chosen to go. Yeah. Regardless, I see this person moving in your direction, and it was a deliberate choice. There may be something that was discovered. Either you found something out or they did, or some secret came out that has affected this decision. But I also see that this person, if they did walk away, this person is coming right back in your direction. Yeah, because they see you as happiness. They want to be married to you, or they want to be in a committed connection. Yeah, this person feels that you're the one. So if they walked away from you, they are headed right back. There's a decision that's been made, and they may be having somebody tell them don't do it, you know, but I don't think they'll listen. It could even be that they are doubting themselves sometimes. For others, I feel like for others, there's something here that they can't walk away from. We'll clarify that. Let's see the energy between the two of you. Show me the energy between these two. Show me the energy between these two. The Knight of Wands. There's passion between the two of you. There may have been like a passionate night, or, you know, there could have been something passionate that occurred. You both have that passion. So I feel like whatever it is you're closing out, it's because of your passion for this person. There's communication here. And this person is definitely, they're moving in your direction because of this passionate communication. There's past life energy between the two of you as well. There's problems that have to be resolved, though. And the problems may have to do with secrets that have come out. The problems may have to do with financial losses. The problems may have to do with an ending. So take it as it resonates. But the two of you, both of you have been hurt by these problems. I feel like you're communicating. You're going to work through these, and you're going to be able to put these behind you. But I do feel like there's multiple problems. The thing is here, Gemini, the two of you are going to grow from this, and I feel like as you do, so there's something about spiritual guidance. Each of you are receiving some spiritual guidance in this, and I heard the sex is off the charts. So there's definitely passion here, and I'm picking that up very strongly. All right, let's see your outcome. Five of Swords in the reverse. If there's been conflict, that's ending. Yeah, if any conflict between the two of you is definitely ending. If this person walked away from you in the past, they're definitely headed back. They see you as marriage material. They see you as somebody they want to have a relationship with, be married to, live with. have a strong connection with. And for you, you're investing in this person again. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So I don't know if maybe this hasn't begun yet. Maybe the two of you are just talking about it. It could be also that you may be processing an ending that happened. I feel like this is a new passionate beginning that's trying to come in. And there's discussions, there's problems that have to be worked out. And a conflict that has to end before, this can be full-fledged. Yeah, but it's gonna be. I can feel it. And the passion here is really off the charts. Like there's a connection, a passionate connection here. And Gemini, you're coming across as very flirtatious in this. Like you have a look that you give this person that kind of just makes them crazy. Like it makes them want you. So I don't know if you're aware of it, but I feel like you are, and I feel like you use that to your advantage, which is, I don't know, I can't help but think that's kind of cute, actually. All right, let's clarify. What is the world here? Wow. Yeah, so we have the Five of Wands. There's the conflict. We have the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. Now, underlying energy, it's in the reverse. So, yeah, you're closing out the conflict so that you can move forward into the passion, into the passionate new beginning. And yeah, you definitely want to move forward with that wand. I can see it. So I feel like that's what's happening here. You're closing out a cycle of conflict here. You've had conflict with this person, and you want to close that out so that you can have a victory. You want to move forward in a victorious manner, with things being passionate and happy and a new beginning. All right, so Two of Cups reversed, Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, there's an ending here. So there's some kind of an ending. The two of you were not on the same page, and I'm seeing a missed opportunity. It looks like this is what's going to be discussed. This is what has to be processed. There could have been financial losses involved with this. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Yeah, I can see the arguments. I can see the conflict. I feel like you lost money during this. So maybe some of you, there was something else that may have ended. I don't know, but I'm seeing an ending there. All right, so we have the Emperor in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's going to be a change, and that change has to do with a situation that has felt out of control, or possibly a person. So you may be dealing with an Aries. I see an Aries, I'm seeing a Cancer, and then you're showing up here as well. You could be dealing with another Gemini, but I feel like you, with this loss, so there was a loss of stability, there could have been a loss of money. It really put you in a low vibration, and additionally, what put you in that low vibration was feeling like there was a missed opportunity. Arguing, the conflict, all of that puts you in a very low vibration. This is what you're closing out. All of this, you're closing that out. It was like you almost missed something that was magical and that was being offered to you by the hand of God, and you almost missed it because of all this chaos. So I can see why you would feel that the situation had grown out of control. You may have become a little bit controlling in this process as well, or maybe they did. Somebody became controlling. That's all changing. But I feel like the situation felt, to you, Gemini, it felt like it was just spinning out of control. But as it spun out of control, you're managing to close all of that out. And so the wheel is coming to a stop, but it's in the upright. So there's changes here. As the cycle closes out, it changes. It changes so that things are in control. Things are in a nurturing, strong connection. And so you're investing here. You're beginning to invest in something. And that's it. One thing begets the other. So as things stabilize, you invest more. As you invest more, things stabilize. And it just is it's a good cycle. Let's look at their energy. So you've been through it, basically. But it's getting better now. Okay, so why is the Two of Wands here? Temperance, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Yeah, look at that. Five of Swords in the reverse. So they want to end this conflict as well and heal this connection, balance it out and heal. And this is a decision. They've made the decision to move in your direction, ending the conflict. You both have made that decision. They want to heal this. Now, this person, I feel like, is pretty enlightened. This person is somebody who is awakened. Yeah, and this person is being guided in this direction. Now, they may be having a difficult time listening to their intuition sometimes, but they are definitely being guided. All right, we have the Hermit. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. And we have, again, that Eight of Cups reversed. So while you were going through all of this, these losses, feeling these losses, the loss of stability, loss of money, the arguments, all of that, this person there was something that may have come out. There was some information possibly that came out, but this person was doubting themselves. They may have pulled back. They may have kind of gone within trying to figure out what do I do? I feel like they were unable to walk away from this connection. I feel like they did try to. And they may have been a bit angry. They could have been a bit mean with their words. They could have been a bit sharp in the way they spoke for a moment. But the thing is I don't think they said a lot of those words to you. I think they were just angry, and I think a lot of it was they were angry because they weren't able to walk away from the connection, and they realized it. I'm also seeing that somebody guided them to do that. So they were trying to figure this out. They were seeking answers, and somebody gave them bad advice, is what I'm seeing. And it caused a lot of doubt. It caused them to doubt themselves. And it caused them to actually feel angry that they couldn't walk away. It's almost like they felt guilty because they felt like they should be walking away from this connection, but internally they couldn't. And I don't think they wanted to tell this person that. So I don't know it's like someone gave them bad advice, but they didn't want to tell that person. It just set up a weird dynamic within them, within themselves. Let's look at the bottom energy. Because while you're going through this, they were going through this over here. It's like each of you were working through your own problems. And I do feel that you were doing it quite independently at this time. Let's see. Because it doesn't feel like it was shared. Look, there's that Knight of Wands again. All right, we have the Strength card in reverse, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Cups. So, again, water sign energy. Did I tell you water sign energy? So you have fellow air signs. So it could be another Gemini like yourself, or a Libra or Aquarius. You also have water sign. So that would be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But don't get too hung up on the signs. We have them all in our chart, literally. So, all right. So I do feel like this person, realizing that they were not able to walk away from this connection, I feel like they're coming back around, or they have come back around in your direction, but they're a little bit fearful. They're a little bit fearful. And I think that there's still some fear of, you know, returning. There's fear of the connection itself. There is a lot of passion in this connection. I feel like this person is afraid to tell you exactly what they want in this connection. And I also feel that this person is, in some manner, fearful of the deep emotions that they feel. The fact that they couldn't walk away from this connection made them realize that they have such deep emotions, and that passion, as well as the emotions, I think it leaves them feeling vulnerable, is what it is. And I think that scares them a little bit. Now, this is somebody who even when they were trying to walk away from this connection, they were still keeping an eye on you. They genuinely have love for you, deep love. And I feel like they definitely have passion too, to such a degree that it scares them. Let's look at the connection. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, a decision. This person made a decision. They weighed up the pros and cons about, you know, moving in that direction, ending this conflict, balancing things out, and the passion. They definitely, they found balance. And they have found the balance in moving back in your direction. So that, trust me, this person balanced themselves out when they decided to move back in your direction, Gemini. Now, on your side, I feel like you kind of sometimes feel a little bit stuck. So you're experiencing a little bit of what they are. You have that passion for this person too, and you feel like you can't move away from this person either. It's that passionate. And for you, it might even be more on the sexual nature. For one of you it is. If it's not you, you know that they can't, that they have that sexual passion for you. But one of you is unable to move away because of that. And you're afraid that that's what's keeping you there. It's not. There's more here than just that. But it is a off the charts passion. And like I feel like y'all get dirty sexy. I'm just saying. Like, I can see it. Well, I mean, I can't see it, but you know what I'm saying. What's the Nine of Wands here? All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, there's that financial loss again, Gemini, and I see it on your side. So that's something that's got to be addressed. It's got to be, so lack of stability and financial loss has to be addressed and overcome. And I feel like the two of you are going to do that. I do feel like that slows you down. It makes you feel stuck when you feel that there's no stability or a lack of finances. And it's actually caused you to miss opportunities in your life. It's caused arguments for you. So money somehow is playing a big deal in this from your perspective here. Money or lack of stability. And that's something that I feel like the two of you are going to have to work out and grow from. The person that's in your life here, they approach things from more of an abundance standpoint. So the two of you actually approach things from a very different standpoint. Like, they have an abundance mindset and you have a loss mindset. It's the way it's appearing. So just become aware of that. I feel like this person put a lot of time into redirecting their mind in order to get to that point. But they doubt themselves sometimes too. And it makes them mad when they do that. So this person may be bringing in the financial stability right now. But that's okay because it's going to balance out. So I would not let that deter me in this connection. Why is the Five of Swords in the reverse? Because I don't feel like it is, you know, a forever thing. I think it's temporary and it's going to balance out because you have changes coming. Something you're investing in, even financially, is fixing to change for the better, and it's going to really be in your favor. So don't stress about that. I can see you are, but it's going to be okay. All right, let's see your outcome. All right, we have the World in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse. And we have the Three of Coins. All right, so I see this conflict ending. Now, the conflict is going to end prior to you starting this new cycle. So it's like there's a conflict. There's a need to put down like put down some form of maybe arrogance, and it could be on both sides. Both parties needing to win or to be right. That has to be put down. That has to be released in order to end the cycle. So on your side, Gemini, I don't know if maybe there's a need to feel right or a need to if there's some ego that's involved, because if there is, that's going to hold you back and that's going to prevent this stable beginning. So in order to end this conflict, that has to be released. You have to put the ego down. Both of you, it's not just you, both of you have to release the ego and the need to be right in this conflict. And that's what is going to end the cycle. That's what's keeping this cycle alive. For you, it's going to bring about positive change, and it's going to avoid a tower moment. Because if you don't do that, Gemini, it's going to bring in a tower moment. If you insist on being right, if you insist that, you know, that on ego and you're right, they're wrong, it's going to be that controlling behavior, and it will persist. The cycle will persist. The Wheel of Fortune will go in reverse. It will bring about bad karma. It will bring about, you know, things moving in a very negative direction. It will prevent the stable new beginning. It actually will prevent the financial abundance. It's almost like it's repelling all the good things in your life. So, you know, it's basically like Spirit telling you, put the ego down, put down that need to be right, and work together to resolve these problems. And that's going to bring in the good karma. It's going to bring about these positive changes and in that cycle. Now, on their side, for the cross watcher, so cross watcher, you also are being guided to release ego and the need to be right. And there's a guidance here for you to be more cooperative. So I don't know if in the past that, you know, you've insisted on being right, and, you know, you've kind of inserted your will. You've been very forceful, bringing, you know, you might be the one who communicates more, but it's almost like I feel like someone here has like just come in and it's like they just do the talking and the other person kind of has to do what they say. So there's a need here for you to release that, to let that go. Allow the other person to also come in and take on the role of resolving problems and handling issues. Being more cooperative from your end, working together instead of you saying this is what we're going to do. So I can see that both of you need to release the need to be right and the ego so that the cycle will end. All right? It's going to bring stability into your life, and that stability is what's going to address your fears. All right. Bottom of the deck, Gemini, is the Lovers in reverse. Now, the Lovers is one of your cards. It is the major arcana for Gemini. It is in the reverse along with this Ace of Wands, which that's that brand new beginning that's coming in that you're moving towards. And the Lovers in reverse would be the two of you making that big decision in love that's going to put you on the same page, bringing you together. So I think this is a really good reading. It gives you some very clear and concise guidance. And so I think that it's a good reading for you guys. Let's see what came out here. You only got one card. It says boat. Yeah, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. Perfect. All right, let me go ahead and pull your oracle card now and see what comes out for you guys. Let's see, 2 came out. I'm going to take the one that showed itself. And you have, let me hold it up for you. It says graveyard. Graveyard, unnecessary fear. Now, I know the cross watcher is going through some fear, and I feel like you are as well. Let's see if I can find that in the book. One moment. Let's see. All right, I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to read it directly. All right, it says, today's modern graveyards are restful places, normally highly manicured and very well set out. While they can be places of profound sadness, few are the creepy Gothic places of old, yet they still hold an undercurrent of fear and seem frightening places. Due to countless stories of haunted graveyards, the thought of walking through cemeteries evokes fear in many of us. We imagine zombies and ghosts rising from the graves and bad spirits hiding out, waiting to harm an unsuspecting living person who walks by. The idea of being at a graveyard after dark or worse at midnight is the stuff of dares and nightmares. But this isn't the way with every culture. In the Mexican Day of the Dead, whole families picnic on the graves of their loved ones who have passed. Children play upon the graves, people play music, drink wine, and share food, all in the company of the dead. Graveyard dust is used as an ingredient in protective spells, not in curses. Pull this card and know that you fear unnecessarily. Things are not as they seem, and you can overcome your obstacles. The anxieties you have, although real, should be put aside before they haunt you long term. Instead, trust that you know the correct next steps and that you will act upon them. That's actually very nice. And this speaks to these fears and these obstacles. And that's what's affecting your connection. So I like it. All right. I hope this has been helpful, Gemini. If you are interested in the free tarot reading, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and drop me a comment, and I will put you into the drawing. Until I see you next week in your weekly reading, namaste.